What's up, my family, friends, my dynams, and my jewels? Oh, that thing's still over there on the wall. Nate. My daughter, she gonna probably believe. Ma, I told you to take that thing off the wall. Whatever. What's up, y'all? Let me tell y'all something. It's early. It's like I was about to say I left my phone in the bedroom. Y'all on my phone. It is early. I woke up at 6 o'clock. When the alarm went off, I woke up and I got out of bed. It's 6:31 now. With me, getting myself together, and this is not the close because I gotta work today from 8 to 12. This is not the clothes that I'm gonna wear. I just didn't want to put my uniform on because it got the logo. Yesterday when I left that lady's house, let me tell y'all what happened when I left this lady's house. I had asthma attack straight up in my car, right? I told these people I'm allergic to cats and dogs. I told them that. I told them that. And they called me yesterday, asked me if I want to go to this lady's house. It was a fill-in. And, well, she just got her, her account back or whatever, back activated. So I went, I said yes, like from 1, I went for, it was from 12 to 4, so 4 hours. Y'all, let me tell y'all something. When I tell y'all, she had a nice big house, living room, long, big living room, dining room, nice ass dining room, and kitchen, big kitchen with island in the middle, bathroom downstairs. So she told me she wanted like dusting downstairs. She said dusting downstairs, and the kitchen. She said the kitchen. So I didn't hear the part where she said upstairs. When I just heard my job downstairs. She said in here, and then she said and do the kitchen. In the bathroom. Okay, I ain't had nothing else about the upstairs. Okay? Nothing. So, listen, it took me, y'all know how we does. I got a rag. She gave me a rag, a bucket, some pine salt, and bleach. So I'm like, okay, this is a rag. That means I got to wipe everything off. Honey, I was wiping chairs off, everything. But because her house hadn't been cleaned in a while, she was an older lady. An older lady, and she had a really nice house, but she had a dog, and there was dog hair everywhere. So I cleaned her house like I would clean my grandma's house. I cleaned everything. I wiped off everything. Even I took each CD out of her little case, wiped it off, because it was so dusty. And that dust was driving me wild. And I felt like I had to clean it. So it took me like an hour to do the living room, 45 minutes, the vestibule. Put it like this: the living room, the vestibule, the dining area, and she has a whole bunch of little knickknacks on the wall in 2 separate places. So I took each individually thing off and cleaned it off. And then I went to the bathroom, cleaned the bathroom. So right when I was about to mop the bathroom, she said, "You did such a thorough job. I don't think we're going to get a chance to get to upstairs." It was 3:15 because I swept and mopped her whole downstairs. Dog hair everywhere. It was so much dog hair, the dog hair wouldn't even come with the broom. At the end, it was making me frustrated. It's like, you know what? I'm about sick of this dog hair. And she had the old school mop where I had to wring it out by hand in the bucket. So I said, listen, not like that. I said, well, I didn't understand that I was gonna have to do the upstairs. But since I still got 45 minutes left, let's do the bathroom because that's an important part. The bathroom is an important part. She agreed. So I went upstairs and I decided, like, let me just be so thorough and just clean the bathroom. And I cleaned the tub, sink, and toilet, swept, and mopped, and that's it. And I wiped off this little shelf thing. And I mopped the little hallway. So I still had like it was 3:37. I said, well, I still got time left. What else? You want me to either sweep up here or do you want me to do the kitchen? So she said she thought about it and she said, just go ahead and sweep because it's really dusty up here. It's a lot of, So I swept upstairs. I didn't sweep the little room. There was her little room that she ironed in. She had like three and a half bedrooms. I didn't sweep that because I just didn't open that door. I swept both the bedrooms, up under the bed. I swept the room that she was in, except for where she was sitting, because I didn't want to have to like make her get up or whatever. So, yeah. So by then, after I finished that, it was time to go. I didn't have enough time. I didn't have time to mop. I didn't have time to mop. No, I didn't. So I didn't mop and I didn't do the kitchen. So she said, she had told me, she said it's when we was downstairs. She said it's fine. So when the next person come, what happens is you come. She wants me to come back, but I'm scheduled to work on that day. So she wants me to come back. I said, well, so what I'll do, she said that we'll start upstairs. I said that's a good idea. Because basically the living room and dining room, I done dusted everything off. And she told me that she wasn't expecting me to do everything that I did. Wow. So I probably didn't have to wipe them chairs off. Like if I was to go back, which I probably not, because I'm gonna be on the other side of town. If I wouldn't have to wipe them chairs off, I wouldn't pull them CDs out. I would just wipe off the table, straighten out her couch. But I'm not going back because her dog is too hairy and it's dog hair everywhere. It's everywhere. And so I spent 4 hours in that house cleaning. I didn't get a chance to do nothing to the kitchen. She didn't have no dishes in the sink anyway. But her kitchen her house wasn't dirty. It was dusty. And it was filled with dog hair everywhere. So everything needed to be wiped off. And so, y'all know, I was born in 67. So mama taught me how to clean, okay? We clean. And so when I was getting ready to go, but she did have the nerve to say, it's a few things that I missed. But I was like, what? She said, those are things that I can do. I was like, yeah, it surely is. I ain't say that to her though. I was like, when she said that, I was like, it's a few things you missed. Okay. At this point, I was drenched in sweat. I had a rag right here so I could wipe my face and my hands off. I had on gloves. I had that rag was wet. By the time I was done, it was wet. So, needless to say, when I got in the car, y'all, my chest just started tightening up. I had my medicine in the car. I took my rescue inhaler, waiting for that to work. I went to the store on the way to my house because I was saying, let me find a blue shirt because this shirt is done for tomorrow. I can't even wear it. I'm gonna see because they have t-shirts. They have women t-shirts and men t-shirts. Y'all, I got in that store. I got to the back of that store. My granddaughter was on the phone with me. I couldn't even breathe. I had to stand there and put my hands on the thing and like hold on. And Cherish was like, Grandma, what's wrong with you? I said, girl, I can't breathe. She said, she's like, oh, you ain't going back there. You ain't going back. You need to go get your shirt and go hurry up and go get in the car. I looked a little bit, but it was like, so when you can't breathe, you're tired. Cause you cutting off oxygen to your heart. So it's just your blood flow, everything slows down. It's horrible. So I went in the car and I took my purple one. That's the one I have to take twice a day, which I'm gonna take it. I took it just yesterday morning, but I didn't. But by the time I left out of there, because I had been in a place where it had stuff, I'm allergic to dust and pet dandruff. That's their hair. So I had two things going on in there. But by the time I got to the door, I didn't know she had a dog. I said, she has a dog. I was on the phone with them too, because they had to call her. She wouldn't answer because her doorbell was broke. I said, she has a dog. She has a dog. She has a dog. The dog was friendly. But honey, got back in that car and I took my purple medicine. By the time, it took me like 10 minutes to get home from where I was at. By the time I got home, my chest had started loosening up. So I was able to like get out my car and go to the elevator and walk upstairs. So it wasn't bad. I took off my clothes at the door. Told my granddaughter I'd call you back. She wanted to make sure her grandma got in the house. She said, I can't deal with no more deaths. I said, girl, you ain't gonna deal with that. Oh, they Aunt TT died from an asthma attack. That's what happened. That's why she said that. So I jumped straight in the shower and laid on my bed for a good 2 hours. I was done for. And so this man that she didn't have a care plan. The man that I have to go to today, y'all, he has a care plan. And I looked at all that stuff on his care plan. I said, I gotta fill out the application to be a teacher because this is too much like manual labor. Even though it's 4 hours, I ain't never cleaned for 4 hours straight and couldn't even sit down. Even if you go to work for 4 or 5 hours, they give you a 15-minute break in between. You know, HIPAA law, whatever them laws is. Oh my God. I was in that bed last night stretching just to make sure my back wasn't going to be hurting. But I'm going to take me 2 of these and I'm going to take me my vitamins and I'm drinking my sippy sip. And y'all, I didn't eat either. I didn't eat because, you know, I don't eat till after 1 o'clock. And this was a call that came in early. Like around 9:30, like 9:15, they asked me. And I said, well, from 1 to 4, I ain't doing nothing. And I realized that I was doing something. I was supposed to do YouTube yesterday. I was supposed to do homework yesterday. Just chill, okay? Go to the reservation to get some information about some birds. And I didn't do none of that. I ain't do none of that. When I came out of there, I was like, oh, heck no. I retired too early. And this is manual labor. This is manual. And I told that lady, I can clean. Shoot. It's manual labor. I got to find the school system. I'd rather deal with insurance, okay? No, this is... I ain't even never had to clean my house that thorough because I keep my house, you know, clean. I just have to wipe things off, vacuum, wash my couch cover, you know, make sure everything has a place. And all her stuff was in place. It was just dirty. It was just dirty and dusty. That's all. I don't mind helping. It reminded me of when I used to help my grandmother. It was just that it was just too much dog hair. It was just too much dog hair. And I understand she's older, and if she hasn't had anybody to help her clean, so her house would be dusty. So, but I could deal with the dust. So if I was to ever do that again, I have masks in my car. I'm gonna make sure I take masks in. I didn't take a purse in. I'm gonna make sure I take masks in, and I'm gonna make sure I have gloves. She had yellow gloves for me. But I'm gonna make sure I take gloves because I think this person is I have to do, it's gonna be more hands-on care with this person and my person on Monday. So I got a person Tuesday and Friday, and I have a person Monday and Thursday, which is good because Tuesday I have appointments. I got an appointment next week, but I don't even know what day. Not next week, the week after. But I don't know what day. I think it's the 28th or the 29th. Anyway, yeah, I'm about to go because I'm gonna try to drink this coffee. I gotta be dressed start getting dressed at 7. And I want to try to put this video up before I leave. So I love you guys with the love of the Lord. Y'all praying for me. Pray hard without ceasing. Okay. This person is not that hard. And his house is not that dirty. And he don't have a dog. Because I seen something on there, his care plan about walking the dog. No, we don't walk dogs. I ain't doing that. I told y'all. And if this man have a dog, hopefully it's not a big dog. And if I have to walk this dog, I'm going to walk this dog. And then I'm not going back. Because I told y'all twice that I'm allergic to dogs. And y'all not listening to my requests. Y'all not listening. If y'all not listening, that mean that y'all don't care about my well-being. And I'm not gonna be at no job that don't care about my well-being, honey. I will open back up the daycare first. Net was laughing at me. She was laughing at me. She was like, "Ma, I told you these people don't care about you out here." So this just job 1, y'all. This just job 1. All right, y'all. I love you guys with the love of the Lord. We will see you in the next video. Peace.